It's so nice to know that he's going to be wearing Saluki maroon this year. It's been tough to see him come in on the opposition side, and especially rip our hearts out like they did in Banterra Center this past year. Damien Mayo Jr. now officially a Saluki and getting acclimated with the Southern Illinois program this summer. Damien, welcome. It's great to have you
Hey,
here in
I'm happy to
Carbondale.
be here. I'm happy to be here. I've been welcomed with open arms. Everything's been good. Moving process good. The city, it's all right.
Yeah,
I haven't been anywhere yet, so still getting acclimated. But I'm having a lot of fun.
you haven't had a lot of you don't have a lot of time outside to explore Carbondale yet with how busy you guys are during the summer, but kind of just take us through what this whole process was like. I know you've probably been asked that a million times, but everybody's experience is different when it comes to the portal and trying to find a new home. For you, how would you really describe what this whole process was like for you?
For me, I mean, I had a great support system. My parents, a couple outside people I talked to, they really helped me out a lot, understanding the portal, making big time decisions, seeing if I want to take visits. And throughout the whole process, I just stayed to myself and just, kind of prayed on it, talked to God, and just really, really had to deep dive into it and see the pros and the cons of both sides. And then when SIU reached out, I know Coach Darren a little bit on the side. He reached out to me, talked to me a little bit, and I mean, from there, it was just like a rolling ball. You know what I'm saying? We got on it, talked to him, I loved it, and then I felt at home.
It can be such a quick process. It can also, I'm sure, at times feel very long. But when you go through it, you talk about the key people that you talk to, but for you, what did you try to focus on? Like, what was most important for you that you tried to look at every opportunity the same way?
For me, I mean, I broke it down to three things. Me and my peoples talked about three things. First and foremost is being able to grow as a basketball player, learning from somebody that's been to the tournament, having the experience, and I can rub off on them to get to where we want to go. Second thing is always academics. You know what I'm saying? I want to graduate with my degree. Have a good support system outside of basketball because the ball will stop bouncing. And then lastly is just having a family-friendly environment, having somewhere I can go and be a part of the community, be a part of the team, having everybody just be a part of something. I feel like that's the biggest thing. And when I seen SIU, that's what I saw in SIU. Yes, sir.
Not to say it really gets lost in translation, but you brought up something that not very many talk about anymore, and that is the academic side.
Yeah, I mean, we are student athletes. So.
The student athlete side is very important, and I know for a lot of those that come to watch the Salukis or whomever, maybe that's what really ties them to you guys is knowing the commitment you make in the classroom as well. What was it about the academic piece that you did like that stood out about Southern?
Yeah, so SIU actually has an engineering program. I wanted to always be a part of engineering. And when I seen that, it was just like the pieces are falling, And that was really a big reason why I really like SIU. And then talking to Hillary, she's a great person, helped me out tremendously, put me in my summer classes and stuff like that. So I've been treated very, very good over here.
It's one of those areas where you talk about being an honor roll student, which you have been within the Valley, which of course ties into what you do on the court, but from an off-the-court standpoint, with the engineering side, what draws you into that? What about Damien Mayo Jr. really gets you clicking in those areas?
For me, when I was at a young age, I always loved math and science, so I might as well use what I love and do something with it, So engineering was, I wouldn't say easy to come by, but thinking about it and talking to my parents, they said they believed in me, and ultimately I believe in myself, and I feel like engineering is a fun subject to do, and I really would like to continue with that.
You've talked a lot about how your dad's been really kind of your hero and someone that got you interested in sports at a young age with Damien Mayo Sr. What specifically about what he taught you growing up that has always stuck with you, that's kept you wanting to pursue the sports dream as well as the academica?
The biggest thing he taught me is just be myself, He always said I was a natural born leader, so always believe in myself and just try to bring joy to the world, be happy, just help other people out, be selfless. And that's I feel like everybody is connected in some way. Humans are sociable creatures, so you isolate them, there's not going to be anything happy, you know what I'm saying? So I just try to bring happiness to other people. I always trying to uplift, talk, just spread love, and that's the biggest thing he taught me.
I think it's one thing, Damien, to say that you are about that stuff, but to do it consistently and to back it up through good and bad times. Obviously, our time together is extremely short right now, but what has it made you being such a consistent leader? Because it's clear through individuals had earlier today, through the team workouts you've had so far, your leadership has been massively important. What is it about that role that you just naturally fit?
I mean, for me, it's just me being myself. I demand a lot. I can be hard. I can get on to you, but at the same time, for me, it's if I want to demand something out of somebody, I have to do the same out of respect, and then just treat people how you want to be treated. If I want to be pushed, and I want to push somebody else, I let them know. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me the way I talk to you. This is a family. Everything that's happened on the court is on the court. After that, we all family. You know what I'm saying? So I try to just make sure we all on the same page and just having an understanding. And I just wanted to push everybody to be their best.
Before we really bring it back to this team and the excitement you guys have and working with each other, there's been so much change within the league over the last couple of years, Damien, of guys, whether transferring within the league like you're doing or transferring to leagues that are bigger and higher or perceived as the power leagues and doing really well. As somebody who's been in this league now will be your third year.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to put a word or make you kind of answer it for you, but what has it been like of being a player in this league to see guys transfer out to go to bigger leagues and have success? What feelings does it have? Is it a feeling of not surprise at all? Like, what are the ways that you would describe of seeing how the Valley's earned so much respect throughout the country?
The Valley's a great league. I mean, in my opinion, it's one of the top 10 leagues in the United States. You know what I'm saying? And seeing people go out, I mean, we love to see it. You know what I'm saying? We always wishing for somebody else's success. You know what I'm saying? We always competing and doing all that, but at the end of the day, they're trying to get to what they want to go to the same way I am. So I don't really see it as a bad thing. I mean, transferring out of the league and going somewhere better, that may be the best move for you, and whatever the best move for you, I respect it.
How does that give you the confidence, too, of, look, you're trying to do whatever you can to help SIU now and to obviously help yourself out, too. But you guys as players and knowing, look, you can go through things like, man, we're really good, but sometimes like, are we really that good? It helps when you get those examples of whomever. You can reach out for, where it's Marcus Damask and Lance Jones here from a Southern perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those guys showed that, yes, you can do it at an extremely high level, but you can also do it from here within this league. Where does that give you confidence, and especially now at this team and this group of, you have experience of playing in this league, and that's going to be extremely valuable?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a probably lean on that the most. Just me being experienced, me coming from the league, knowing the teams. It's going to be a little different this year, a lot of different coaching changes, different staffs, and then different schemes. But overall, I mean, the Valley is the Valley, man. It's the same hard-nosed basketball. It's probably a little slower, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of competition. That's what I'm about, competing.
In the short amount of time that you've been able to get to Coach Nagy and his staff, you mentioned Coach Reddick, so there's been some commonalities within the coaching staff, but specifically Coach Nagy. What have you enjoyed about him? What's been the biggest impressions that you've had of him so far now that you've had a little bit of the summer?
He's a great coach, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's real sound. He understands the game. He helps me learn more about the game, deep dives into it, and then the best thing I'll say is he lets me be me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, sometimes I might overtalk him. I apologize at the time, but that's just me, and he understands. I just want to win. I want to be a winner, and I feel like he has the best interest for the team, and I'm 100% behind him.
You mentioned that you want to win. That's the one fabric that has always been with you. What drives you to that? Like, what is about your winning fabric that you're trying to be a part of this program, Damien?
I might be a little selfish. I just love winning. I just hate losing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we are competing. It's a score for a reason. If you want to play, you shouldn't be playing for fun. This is big boy basketball at this point. So I want to win, and I just feel like that. Like, the thing that drives me is my support staff and just trying to be the best person I can be. You know what I'm saying? And demanding that out of yourself, winning should come with that.
Tyler comes over with you. Tyler Bay, who was at Missouri State.
Yes, sir.
Talk about how he's your guy. Was it something that just happened where organically that Southern was the right fit for both of you, or was that something where you guys from Missouri State were like, we'd like to go somewhere together?
I mean, I don't know. It kind of bit of both. I mean, obviously after Coach Ford got fired, we all was talking. The players talking. I mean, me and Tyler was real close on the team, so we always was talking, and then like, I know beforehand it was like push come to shove. If we both have to transfer, we did talk about teaming up, but that's just players talking. And we didn't really imagine it. So when it came into fruition, I mean, it was an easy transition for the both of us. It's like it's easy to have somebody come over with you and go through something new rather than going by yourself. So I feel like that played a part. And then, I mean, Tyler's a great kid and a very talented basketball player. So we both knew we can come over here and make a big impact coming in.
So far as a team, as a group, this time is so important for many reasons, but number one is starting to build that team mentality as a group. It's 1 week. You guys are getting the work in Davies Gym as there's a volleyball camp going on this week.
Yeah.
Then you'll be back in Banterra next week, but very tight quarters. So even more times to get really around each other this week. What's been the biggest takeaway just at this point for you guys as a team, Damien?
I mean, for me, I love the team. I feel like we all have the right mindset coming into it. Like, we all are ready to work. We all willing to listen. We all take constructive criticism very well right now. And, I mean, the biggest thing is just us meshing. It's been a couple days. It's not like we all best friends yet, but we are growing on each other, and we are talking way more than we did prior to this. So it's going to be a process, and it's going to be a lot of building. But right now, I feel like we're on the right track.
It's going to be a very common thing that I think our fans will hear as we go throughout the summer. They can even see on our video highlights like we showed during this interview with you. Is this going to be a team that's very tall, very lengthy, and seems to be very athletic? Just from a player perspective, when you're out there on the court with them, what do you feel can be the biggest strengths of this group?
For us, I mean, the biggest thing, if we really sit down, we can really guard. I mean, we have the intangibles, we have the pieces. We all long, athletic, fast. We all can move. Like, I feel like if we really lock down defensively, we can be a real problem. And then with Coach Nagy, he had one of the best offenses last year, so he's a great offensive mind. So putting them two things together, we can be a really good team.
We'll end it on this note, Damien, as we'll have many more conversations throughout the summer. But you of course, like I said, you've been in the league, so you understand how important basketball is to the Valley. Not just that it's a high level, but fan support is at an all-time level. You've seen it from an opposition side coming in with the fans here. But what are you most looking forward to of being a part of this Saluki Nation and being able to play in Banterra just down the hall, which is one of the best environments within the league?
I say it's the best student section in the league, hands down. I came down here last year arguing with fans and stuff. It's kind of ironic, because I'm here now and I'm going to be cheering with them, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I can't wait to see the fans. I can't wait for them to pop out. It's been one of my dreams to just come out, have a packed out crowd, and then perform in front of them. It's all love. I love our fans. I love the fan base. They showed me a lot of love when I came on my visit. They showed a lot of love. So I really can't wait to go out there and perform.
Well, and you mentioned not just the fans, but the student section. The Dog Pound is always packed, it seems like, throughout the year. As someone who's a member of the team, I'm sure now being able to experience firsthand – that stuff's important, Damien. I mean, it's just as important as anything else to the success of the program.
It's seriously a key factor in playing a game. Like, coming to your home court, having it packed out every time your opponent's there, they can't hear nothing. That's a big part of the game. You know what I'm saying? I experienced it from the opposite, so I know how it is, and it really does affect the person. But I'm just happy I'm on y'all side this year.
Well, you know what? We are happy that you are here with us too, Damien. It's so great to get to know you this week and seeing you guys practice, and definitely look forward to building a relationship with you throughout this summer and the next basketball season. But still more work to do this summer, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
the time.
A lot
more work to do. Yes, sir. Thank you.